Did you know that Mexico City was once not built on land, but floated upon water? Imagine a city rising from a vast lake, its temples glittering in the sun, canoes gliding through mirrored canals, and the sound of ancient chants echoing across the morning mist. This was Tenochtitlan, the heart of the Mexica Empire, whom we now call the Aztecs. The first Spanish chroniclers who saw it were stunned, describing it as a dream, a city born of water and light. This floating paradise was the center of a powerful empire that stretched across vast lands. The Mexica demanded tribute from their neighbors, and all around the shores of Lake Texcoco other nations waited. They watched, they endured, and they remembered their suffering. So, when a handful of strangers landed on the shores of Veracruz in 1519, these nations didn't see invaders. They saw an opportunity. The newcomers, led by Hernan Cortes, were few, impossibly few to take on an empire. But they were not alone. Soon, the Tlaxcolans, the Totonacs, the Huajotzincas, and many others joined them. They didn't fight for gold, nor for a foreign faith. They fought for their own freedom. The story of the conquest of Mexico is often told as a clash between two worlds, but it was far more complex. In many ways, it was a civil war, a war between brothers, with the Spanish as a catalyst. Lake Texcoco itself became the battlefield. The gleam of Spanish armor shone under the same sun that had illuminated the Mexica. Warriors in their canoes for generations. The fighting was fierce, a desperate struggle for survival. History remembers one night in particular, the Noche Triste, the sad night. On this night, Cortes and his allies, laden with treasure, tried to escape Tenochtitlan. But the causeways were broken, and the lake, which had given the city life, became its defender. It swallowed them, whole men, horses, and the gold they so coveted, all disappearing beneath the dark, unforgiving waters. It said that Cortes sat beneath a tree and wept. For the first time, Mexico saw its would-be conqueror cry upon its lake. But what few remember is this: the lake itself wept too. After the fall of Tenochtitlan, a new city had to be built from the ashes of the old one. The conquerors, now living alongside the very people they had fought, made a fateful decision. This floating city, this marvel of engineering and nature, had to become something else. They began the colossal task of draining the lake. They drained the waters, brick by brick, year by year, until the source of the city's splendor was gone. The canals that once served as arteries of commerce and life were paved over to become streets. The chinampas, those ingenious floating gardens that fed the city, turned to dust. The great mirror of water that once reflected the heavens and the pyramids vanished beneath the earth, buried but not forgotten. Yet, as we know, nothing truly dies. It only changes form. Even today, hundreds of years later, the ground beneath modern Mexico City sinks, year after year. Engineers will tell you it's a matter of soil mechanics and over-extraction of groundwater. But the poets, the keepers of memory, whisper another truth. They say, Mexico City isn't just sinking. It is the ancient lake, still breathing, still remembering its former glory. It is the city itself, still weeping for what was lost. Beneath the endless traffic, the towering skyscrapers, and the bustling crowds of one of the world's largest cities, the ancient water still moves. Underneath the pavement sleeps an empire that dreamed of touching the sun. It fell, yes, but its spirit was never truly defeated. Its legacy is etched into the very foundation of the nation. So the next time you walk through Mexico City, especially on a rainy night, pause for a moment. Close your eyes and listen. Listen past the sounds of the modern world. If you're patient, you might just hear it's the gentle echo of paddles dipping into water. The phantom whisper of the wind across a vast lake, the quiet breath of a buried world just beneath your feet. Because Mexico never forgets. It breathes history through every stone, every drop of rain, and every tear that falls upon its buried lake. The past is not just a story here. It is a living presence, a constant reminder that what is lost can still be felt, and what is buried can still shape the world above. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you want to uncover more stories that time has tried to forget, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring these hidden histories to light. We'll see you in the next one.